Welcome back to the official podcast of the WCD. Today is day 2 of the conference, and I'll be taking you with me as I go throughout my day. This morning, I'm chairing a hair session at 7 a.m., so I'm up early, and I'm on my way to the conference. Okay, now I'm on the conference floor with Dr. Joyce Lee. We just had a hair session, very early morning session, but very well attended. How do you feel after that session?
Yeah, I thought it was very nice because there was a lot of discussion and there was a lot of interest in the hair cases that we actually presented.
Yeah, I think I've seen it in the hair sessions. Like yesterday, it was only standing room only, and today we came and there was a huge queue. So I think there's quite a lot of interest in hairs. And from the last few years, especially all the advances in hair and the drugs we have and the way we diagnose our patients, I think it's quite interesting that we've come so far in the last few years.
Yes, absolutely. I think we've made a lot of headway with regards to hair and hair disorders. Yeah.
What are the other highlights of the meeting so far for you?
Okay, for me, actually, I've just attended the Dermatology Sister Society meeting yesterday. And I thought that was very good because we were able to have a very interesting and interactive session. There were a lot of really good cases that were presented, and we had a lot of representation from different parts of the world. So I thought that was really great. It was a good time that everybody came together.
And what else are you looking forward to at this conference?
Oh, looking forward to meeting a lot of my friends here, attending fantastic sessions. And yeah, just seeping in the whole experience.
And how many more presentations have you got to go?
Oh, I've got actually two more presentations to go.
Okay, well, good luck and hope you have fun for the rest of the conference.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Yeah, sure. Hi, and here I'm with, what's your name and where you're from?
Super. So my name is Dr. Hashim Kadarbhai. I'm from Kenya. I'm the section head of dermatology in Aga Khan University.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And how are you liking the conference so
It's
far?
excellent.
Okay.
I really like it. And I liked your talk. It was excellent. I mean, we look up to you for inspiration, and it's so much.
Well,
Thanks so much.
Thank you. What's your subspecialty?
So I actually do general dermatology. We have very few dermatologists in our country, so we have to generally do a lot all the way from neonatal to adult. Hair being one of the most commonest, one of the most top 10 that we see in practice.
Are you presenting anything at this conference?
I just have a poster presentation I'm doing on Malassezia furfur in terms of fungal acne.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And what else are you looking forward to at this conference?
I'm actually hoping to learn new things, network, make new friends, and let's see how it goes.
Okay. Have you visited our beautiful city? Have you been?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Definitely.
You will?
Yes.
Anything on your list?
Marina Bay,
Marina Bay, that's right. Yes,
everything is
okay. You must, and the gardens by the bay as well.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, yeah. Okay, and now I have Angie here. Angie was, of course, on my podcast a few months ago, and she just finished the very first, one of the very first controversies debates on skin bleaching. How did it go for you?
It was great. Actually, it was fun. It was fun teaching, sharing my knowledge about glutathione. I'm pro, so glutathione is effective and harmless for cosmetic skin lightening, not therapeutic, cosmetic. Okay, and we always go from baseline to mild. You cannot be baseline and then very, very white like the Caucasians. No, it's just improving the skin tone, skin color.
Okay. Well, I think
I won.
kind of. You both won. It was declared a draw. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, congratulations. That was very exciting. I'm going to stay for the next one, which is about skin imaging.
Oh, right. Thank you, Etienne.
Okay, thank you. And of course, you're performing for our social event as well on Friday. That's very exciting.
Yes.
Do you have a little bit of a teaser about what's going? Is it a surprise? It's a surprise. You're going to make us all look very bad.
No.
We all look forward to Philippines putting on a very good show.
Thank you.
Never
Thank
disappoint.
You very much.
Never.
We will make sure you will like us and love us.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and now I'm here with Professor Stephen Thng. We just had another of one of those controversy debates, and his was about.
Well, mine is about non-invasive imaging will replace biopsy for the diagnosis of skin cancer, keratinocyte carcinomas.
Yes, and I know you recently have had quite a lot of publications on this, and your success rate in Singapore has been quite impressive for the diagnosis of these keratinocyte tumors.
In fact, in the National Skin Center, we're using it routinely right now. We just pull out a data for about 550 patients that were sent to the Comfort Clinic for query skin cancers. We could diagnose 93% of them using confocal. Only 7% of them needed biopsy. So we have done it routinely now using confocal for the diagnosis of keratinocyte carcinomas.
So who won the debate?
Well, 63% of all who attended agrees with the motion, right? Before the debate, after the debate, 60% of them still agree with motion.
Also, what went down?
It went down. Yeah, I have suspects because those that supported motion have already left before.
Oh,
before
because
they did the
they
voting.
didn't need to be convinced.
That's right. Yeah, so they're already convinced, so they just walked out of the. But it's heartening to know that majority of patients, majority of attendees recognize the fact that imaging, the non-invasive imaging, will replace biopsy for diagnosing of skin cancer.
Yeah, I mean, as you presented, this is technology that's going to get better. If it's not like the next 5 years, the next 10 years, something will replace.
Yeah, by the next
biopsies,
WCD, it will happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Stephen.
Thank you very much.
You have a great rest of the conference.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I'm here with Dr. Alvin Chong and Dr. Lakshmi, okay, and Shashan, of course, my co-host. I spoke to Lester and Ellie yesterday, and now we're speaking with Shashan and his friends from Australia. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, good. And
It's fantastic to be here.
yeah, and we just finished the session on social media, and there's a lot of celebrity dermatologists here, which are quite amazing.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Dr. Pimple
I'm happy
Popper
now. I can leave.
And Dr. Shah, yeah, I learned so much from them.
Amazing.
Yeah. How are you finding the conference?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Loving it.
Yeah.
Well, Lakshmi actually presented this morning at 8 in the morning. So,
yes.
so she very well received. It's incredible. I mean, there are 11,000 dermatologists here, aren't there?
11,440, I think.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So what is it like? It's such a logistical exercise. It's very smooth so far. And Singaporeans are very well known for being efficient. And it's a beautiful place. I mean, what an amazing place.
Yes,
So
yes,
we're
yes.
enjoying everything.
And I think the other thing about Singapore, it's such a worldly city, and it's such a great location to bring together dermatologists from all over the world. I think sometimes in the West we forget about conditions that are so common in things like leprosy that are neglected in the Western world. But at Singapore, it's great that everything's receiving the equal recognition that it deserves.
Yes, definitely.
That's something that, as a research and education fellow, I'm finding it really useful because it's been really educational for me.
And you guys have your own podcast.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you guys have your own podcast. So what's your podcast
The
called?
podcast is called Spot Diagnosis, and it's www.spotdiagnosis.org. This podcast is really designed to educate doctors and health professionals like medical students on skin diseases. So each session or each episode we interview experts, like for example, experts on atopic eczema, we talk about treatment, and we basically put good quality evidence-based information out into the public sphere so to combat misinformation and to educate people who want to listen. It's reasonably popular. I think it's the number one dermatology podcast in Australia.
Wow, congratulations.
Well, I'm actually the only one, so it's quite easy to be number one. But we do have an international following, and our audience continues to grow, and it's been really sensational. Good fun.
Good. And how about you, Shashan? What have you been up to this conference?
Yes, so I think one thing I felt about WCD is that we're really spoiled for choice when it comes to talks. Just this morning, I was at one of the ethics and accessibility talks, and now I'm at an AI and digital dermatology and social media. Over the past few days, I was attending the SCAR forum, so it's severe cutaneous adverse drug reaction. So sometimes I actually wish I had a time turner, so I could just be in
The time turner, yes.
2 places at the same time.
Well, you can actually stream everything on the app. So if you're sitting in one and you can listen to talks at once, you can actually stream everything on the app.
Perfect. And actually, it's been a bit of a journey, WCD, because I remember in 2018 at AAD in the US, when we actually were part of the bid party for this.
Yes.
And then we've been hosting the podcast, so it's finally all come together to this.
Yeah.
It's amazing to be here.
Yeah, so I'm actually doing a podcast every day. So we're like
Have fun,
releasing
buddy. Have fun.
It's crazy.
Have fun. I've enjoyed your podcast so far. I've
Thank
been
you,
listening.
thank
You've been fantastic.
Okay, thank you so much. And now I'm here with George Cotsarelis, and we just finished a tour of the new National Skin Centre. Hi, George. Welcome to Singapore.
Hi, Tim. This is really wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, and how's the conference been for you so far?
Oh, the conference is great. It makes me realize just how much we have in common, and it's really a wonderful opportunity to meet internationally famous dermatologists and see that people are all the same throughout the world. They have the same kinds of interests, and they want to make the world a better place. So it's great to see.
And we just had a tour of the new National Skin Centre building. What are your takeaways?
Incredibly impressive, an
Yeah.
entire building dedicated to dermatology. You can't beat that.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the only ones in the world.
I think so, yeah. It's really quite a sight, and kudos to
the Singaporeans for thinking ahead and doing something like this. Really impressive.
And we hope to have a lot of very good clinical data and research data in the next few years as well.
You're also taking care of thousands of patients a day. It's quite remarkable.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And is there anything else in the conference that you're looking forward to the next few days?
I think some of the plenary sessions coming up. My own Susan Taylor in our department is going to talk about diversity, and that's an incredibly important topic these days. So I think just seeing again how everyone shares similar interests and really moves the field forward. It's a very exciting time.
And do you have any time for sightseeing?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I
Thank you.
I think the bus is here to bring you back. And now I'm here with Professor John McGrath, who's receiving the Marcanini Prize in dermatology. Did I get the name right?
Absolutely, yeah. The Marcanini Prize.
Marcanini. And congratulations.
I'm very honored to receive it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so how are you finding the conference so far?
Conference is fantastic. So this is just day 2 of this Dermathon, and it's absolutely fantastic. People from all around the world assembling, great presentations, great networking, and a lot of fun. That's the most important thing. We're having a great time together.
Are you looking forward to any other sessions coming up?
Plenty of sessions on pediatric dermatology, genetics, which are my most important subjects for me personally. But I'm really excited to also be looking at things that I don't know much about. So looking at tropical infections, global dermatology, and lots of other things.
I think we'll be called away because we need to give you. Okay. Thank you. All right, so we were shushed actually because John McGrath had to go off and give a speech. I do have a little bit of an update here from the residents. The resident reporters shared some highlights from today's program. Some of them actually found that at a symposium on biomarkers in atopic dermatitis, that some chemokines such as CCL17 might show some greatest correlation with the clinical severity of atopic dermatitis. And also some of them did attend the controversies in dermatology session as well. I think they were there to support Professor Stephen Thng. And that brings us to the end of the second day of the WCD. I will be back on day 4 to give you a full rundown of the WCD on that day, all right? So until then, stay safe and use sunblock.